Hey gang, it's me, Positive C, and you're here for another Rank 'em Wednesday. This is going to be top 5 things that Positive C was scared of as a kid. Now, it's going to be pop culture, but there might be a little eclectic taste here of the things that scared me when I was a child. So be prepared for things that go bump in the night or might inhabit your local shopping mall. You'll find out more at the top 5 Rank 'em Wednesday things that scared Positive C as a kid. Number 5, Chucky from Child's Play. Now, I know what you're thinking. Yes, starting out pretty typical. But really, out of all the famous horror movie guys, Chucky's the one that, if I saw in real life, would scare the hell out of me. Our tiny human brains can't even fathom what would happen if a doll that was in our hands started moving all of a sudden, talking, and then started trying to kill us. And I grew up in the 90s, where every stand-up comedian decided that they were going to take their shots at Chucky, saying they could manhandle him and almost punt him. But if you've ever seen a Child's Play movie, you understand that Chucky is a force to be reckoned with, an absolute menace, and it doesn't matter if you burn him half to death, he's going to keep coming and coming until he gets what he needs, and apparently that's his soul inside of a child's body. Awful stuff, especially as a kid. So, Chucky deserves his place on my top 5 things that used to scare me as a child. Trust me, I used to think my stuffed animals were going to come alive and kill me. We started a radio show instead. Number 4, everything about The Thing. I wasn't old enough to actually see The Thing when I was super young, and I've avoided it like the plague since I got older. And for good reason. I mean, look at this stuff. I'm not into body horror. I'm not into grotesque things. I'm not into gore. But if it serves the story, I can appreciate it. Of course, all the body horror that you're seeing right now serves the purpose of The Thing, but it's so out there, and it's so nasty, and it's so scary that I didn't want to see it as a kid. In fact, just that alien head spider thing alone gives me nightmares to this day. And yeah, I'll never watch The Thing, but I appreciate all the artistry that it took to create such wonderful and fascinating creatures. But it scared me so much as a kid, I'll never even watch the terrible CGI reboot from, I think, like 10 years ago. Oh well, not my loss, but it's still number 4 on my scariest things when I was a kid list. Number 3, Tim Curry as Pennywise the Clown in It. I was just the right age to be afraid of Tim Curry as It. It came out way before I was even old enough to fathom what horror was, but as I got older, it was one of the things that older kids introduced me to. In fact, one of the kids they introduced me to it showed me my first pair of boobs. I remember it more than I remember them. So, that means that it left a lasting impression on me, one that I'll never forget. And no offense to the Skarsgård kid, he's absolutely terrifying. The makeup, the effects, it's scary. But the plain clown makeup and practical fangs coming from Tim Curry's mouth, that combination has haunted me for a long time. Lots of scenes in that movie, or I guess TV movie, haunt me to this day. And Tim Curry has had a lot of different roles and has meant a lot to me as a performer over the years. But nothing, and I mean nothing, will top the absolute fright that he gave me for years as the clown spider space thing, It, Pennywise. That's why he's number 3. Top things that scared me as a kid. Number 2, mannequins. Yeah, I'm not talking about the 1980s semi-classic movie Mannequin or Mannequin 2. No, those movies might scare me, but that's for a completely different reason. I'm speaking about the, mall models that have semi-human features but aren't quite finished. I don't know what scared me about them the first time I saw them. I only know I had a few dreams, let's say a bunch of reoccurring dreams, about late 80s Janet Jackson and Paula Abdul laying a young Chris down to, I don't know, smooch. And then all of a sudden, they turned into a mannequin and started tickling me. So yes, I was scared to death of mannequins, and you should be scared of mannequins too. They're not quite finished humans. There's something uncanny valley about them, and I don't know, I never buy any clothes that mannequins are wearing anyway. We don't need them. Be gone, mannequins. You've scared me since I was a kid. And actually, there's some of the funniest videos out there of someone's being a fake mannequin, but I do digress. Mannequins, my number 2 scariest thing when I was a child. Honorable mention goes to Tool music videos. I love the music as a kid, but oh my gosh, the visuals and the claymation that Adam Jones and the team created. Ugh, just no words. And the number 1 thing that scared me as a kid. Thriller, the music video by Michael Jackson. The 90s were ruled, at least the early 90s were ruled, by Michael Jackson video releases. Remember the Time was appointment television. I remember going and being with my cousin as our family watched the Remember the Time debut, I believe, on NBC, where he turned into gold sand by spinning around. I wasn't alive when Thriller came out, but you can tell from, Michael Jackson's other ventures into acting and Hollywood that he really loved the craft of other performances besides music. And Thriller was an extension of that craft. Now, John Landis did a very good job at directing, and the visual effects team created a lasting image in my mind because Michael Jackson, while he's scary in real life, was even scarier as a zombie and super, super scary as a Wolfman type thing. This was a video that had a great behind-the-scenes documentary that I watched as a kid. I knew it was a music video, but still, something about it was visceral and absolutely frightening to me. Took me to places that I don't think I'll ever recover from. Will I watch this video now as an adult? I don't know. Maybe I will after this. In fact, you should comment below and tell me whether or not I should watch the music video and live stream it, because that would be fun, right? See me scared? That would be pretty good for Positive C. Right here on Zaboys Media Network. This has been a Rankum, my top 5 things that scared me as a kid. I'm Positive C. See you next week. Monowea, and stay gold, pony boy.